front in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Burrow to throw right away. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out right at the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Bengals at 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Now Burrow. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Mayfield. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield dancing to his left. And getting this into the hands of his... And he lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
To the air again, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield steps away to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mayfield on first down. Flush to his right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, being around too long, so when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield buying time to his left. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this, because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker, and the Bengals will get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From midfield now, Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. T. Higgins, 50 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Alert, 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 alert. Let's go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Mayfield. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Chidobe with a pick.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Following the interception, Mayfield flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Mayfield looks to throw, rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. So that's going to push him back half the distance. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taken in at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A first down throw for Mayfield, eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Flush to his right. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Burrow looking to pass to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six.